Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Cradle of Liberty. This is episode 4, Carry My Soul. So let's meet our soulful vampires, starting with Avery.
Hello, everybody. Hi, it's me, Avery, at Avery DeBoy on all the social media platforms. And this time zone, I will be playing the Gangrel Vern Rasmussen.
Laura.
Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. Tonight I will be playing Bryony Perkins, the baby Ventru.
Ooh, and Emissary as well. Vern.
Oh my gosh, hi, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on the socials, except Blue Sky, that is VinVox.com. Tonight I'll be Marius Weiss. Don't worry about it.
And last but not least, Zach.
Hi everybody, I'm Zachary Vowder. You can find me all over the internet at SneakerNet or SneakerNet Music. And tonight, once again, I am the voice of the people, your golden boy Bruja, Arthur Zebulon.
Correct. And as always, this is a vampire... No, I'm supposed to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Huddy. I'm your storyteller this evening. I forget constantly. I don't even put it in my notes. As always, this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, so please check in with yourselves, because your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings for this game will be down in the description below. So if everybody is ready, let's go back to Boston. Mortals shape their children from pain and blood, forcing them into the world. They do not ask permission. They do not wonder if their offspring will hate them for it. They simply bring them forth and call it love. Kindred create life by stealing it away. Their gift to them is eternity. Their shared curse is hunger. Most do not sire lightly. They do not waste the blood on the unworthy, because they see a truth that mortals cannot fully understand while they still draw breath. Death is not the end. We open our scene tonight with you, Vern. Last night, your child Ceres offered herself up to the Anarchs to satiate their orders to bring back Junebug, rationalizing that this was at least a way Baron Thane could get his rocks off by punishing her for wheeling and dealing on multiple sides of the factions of Boston. You chased after her scent as Yash and the Anarchs sped away, eventually tracking her to the bar, the Dead Ferals, right across from the M Street beach access in the South End. It's one of the largest bars you've ever seen in the city, Vern, and based on the noise and smells, it's absolutely packed full of people. You watch the van pull in with your child inside, but quickly lose sight of it as they drag her out by the hair and beyond where you can safely see. Vern, please tell me what you're feeling in this moment as you stand on the street, watching, knowing that you have to leave her there until tomorrow.
For the first time in a long time, has to deny himself because there's nobody else around. There's nobody to tell him to bite. There's nobody to tell him to chase. There's nobody to tell him to do anything. He's accountable to himself. And I think in that moment there's a distinct realization. Ceres chose this. This was a choice she made. And through maybe some fault of his own, maybe not, there have been a lot of decisions that she has made that he has not respected.
What hunger are you at, Vern? I believe it's 4.
It's 5.
You're at 5 hunger? All right. Well, there's several people who are wandering in and out of this bar who are clearly mortal, wandering up and down the street. At 5 hunger, you're not going to be able to resist attacking someone to feed. However, please make me a willpower roll. Get 5 or more successes to resist killing them and adding more stains to yourself, which we still need to resolve.
Yes, we do. As there are 3. No, that's only 2 successes.
So you pick up a random man with red hair who's wandering out of the bar, clearly drunk. And you have a particularly brutal fashion in how you kill people. Would you like to tell us exactly what it is that you do to him?
I don't even think Vern will change shape to feed. He's still in the form of a dog. And he'll kind of wait for this person to pass an alley and then kind of give like a little whimper as if he's hurt, kind of crouch himself down a little bit, favor one paw or the other.
Please give yourself 2 more stains, Vern, for a total of 5 at this point, which we will deal with in just a moment.
I would like to note very quickly, I will have no dice for this remorse roll.
So when you are full of, when all of your boxes are checked in during a remorse roll, you will always have 1 dice to roll.
Sure.
If it's a failure, you will drop in humanity. If it's a success, you will not, and remove all stains either way. But for now, until you resolve that remorse roll. As you finish feeding and kill this man, do you just leave his body in the alley?
I think Vern will go back to their regular form. And they will take a blade out of their back pocket and they'll rip his shirt open. And he'll carve into his chest, "I hope you're thinking smart, Thane." And he'll leave the body in the parking lot of the Dead Pharaohs.
All right. So you lay the man down and have carved into his chest. Standing there, and you can... Oh, a breeze blows past you, and you can still smell Ceres. But it's not coming from the bar. It's coming from elsewhere. It's strong. It's leading up to East Broadway. I assume that you follow it, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You follow it until it becomes undeniable that it's coming from this place. It's currently a closed market, little sort of stand. It seems to specialize in groceries from Russia, Latvia, Estonia, Georgia, Belarus, places like that. And her scent seems to be coming from the apartment above it. Do you enter into the apartment? Do you break the window? Do you break the window, pop open the window, attempt to go in through the door?
Is there anybody at the grocery stand?
No, it is closed.
I think then Vern will just get into his wallet and take a 20 out and just slip it in somewhere. Not really sure why. And then they will, get into their jacket and get the Slim Jim out and see if they can't unlock the window with the Slim Jim.
So you climb up the fire escape to do that?
Yeah.
You can't unlatch it from the outside, but you can if you activate prowess and risk the hunger. You're at 0 hunger right now. You can open it, or you can just break it, which will require no prowess.
Yeah. We'll do prowess, and I also have wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
If that would help in this.
You just need prowess, so just 1 rouse check.
Sure. I do not get hungrier for the first time in six rouse checks.
Right. So you pop open the window pretty easily. Climb inside. And inside, you see a room not dissimilar to your own above the Queen's Cellar. It's void of personality. Only she seems to have acquired a lot more things than you. In every corner are piles of items, cassettes, records, CDs, phones. In another pile is cash sorted by worth, along with random car keys and jewels. Another pile is clothes, another pile is books. In the center of this very small studio apartment, you see there's a mattress with a blanket on it that's too small to cover the mattress completely, and a very distinct outline of what might be a book and something else you can't determine unless you remove the blanket. What do you do in here, Vern?
I think the first thing that will occur to Vern as they look around is that this kind of a question that he hasn't asked in a long time, looking at the openness and the coldness and the void of this space. Is this my fault? Did I do this? And then I'll sort of just lift the sheets to see what's under the sheets.
So it's under the sheet. What looks like a diary. It's leather bound, but it looks very thin. I will say that from just observation. And a Walkman.
No smile. It's been a while since he's seen one. There's one on this old guy running that he fed off of once, but he accidentally broke it and felt really bad about it. I think he'll just open it to check the cassette.
The cassette is the Bad album by Michael Jackson.
Smiles. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. and
And if
I think
well, hang
they're
on. 1 second. If you pick it up and you look at it and you look at the cassette, this is hard for you, but I'm going to give you a chance. This is intelligence and awareness roll. These are bad rolls for you. These are bad rolls.
I mean, it's not my worst pool. Intelligence and awareness is at least 5 dice. 4 successes. Ayo,
That's
hold
enough.
on.
So as you pick it up and you pull out the cassette, memory flashes in your mind. See yourself staring at Ceres, but she's not dead. It's obvious. She has the very clear blush of life that comes naturally to humans. She breathes. There's a warmth to her skin. Her hair is pulled back tightly, and she's dressed in a black leotard and tights. And she says, "Is this for me?" as you hand her the Walkman.
Yeah, you know, I it's just something I thought you would, something I thought you'd like. You know, I got my way around here, so.
The handlers took all the money. They won't let us out to go spend it. I brought rubles to exchange, but they took them all when we landed. I can't give you anything for this.
Don't worry about it.
She looks at the cassette that's inside, and she immediately beams. I can't believe it, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you know, I thought you'd like that one. You know, he's got that. I mean, you're a dancer. He's a dancer. I kind of, you know, two together. And
she puts on the little fluffy ear headphones, the small ones with the little sort of fuzz, orange fuzz on them. And she starts playing it. Of course, you can't hear it, and you can hear it faintly as she sort of moves out onto this wooden plaquette floor that you're standing on with a lot of mirrors. And she begins dancing and singing Dirty Diana at the top of her lungs. And then you come back to yourself here in this apartment.
I think that leaves Vern with the resounding question. Why did I even do this?
It's an excellent question. Do you pick up what looks like a diary?
Warily, yes, because he knows, at least with the Bloodstone, that Ceres has some passing expertise in blood sorcery, and books and blood sorcerers seem to go together like, you know, honey and jam. So
When you pick up the diary, you might be a little bit disappointed because it seems to be totally empty. And you open it and you see that many of the pages have been torn out, but not torn out by, let's call it, normal hands. And as you pick it up, you notice, I'll ask for the roll first and then I'll say something else. And I will let you choose. You may roll me wits and awareness or intelligence and awareness, and there will be a difference of which one you pick, so I need to know.
intelligence gets me 1 more dice, so we're gonna gamble with it and say
Alright.
intelligence and awareness.
All right.
Crazy. Crit +1, 5.
So again, these memories swarm in your mind, start pushing themselves into the holes that are empty, and you see yourself angry, frustrated, confused, scared maybe, as Ceres is following behind you, pulling on you, holding this book, and she's speaking to you in Russian, and she's calling you Vanya, and she's saying, "They did it again, Vanya. They took your memories again. They took you away from me. Please read the diary. Please remember. Please, we did it before. You can do it again." And the beast within you is so angry that you turn around and activate your feral claws, grab the book from her, begin pulling the pages out, haphazardly scattering them on this dirty Boston street. Ceres begins screaming at the top of her lungs, crying. Do you say anything to her before you leave her there?
I think he'll just look down on her. I don't know who you think I am, but that's enough. And he'll just drop the book and walk away.
As you walk away, sorrowfully, through blood tears, she begins singing Dirty Diana before you come back to yourself in the apartment.
That doesn't make any sense. This is wrong. I don't understand.
As you look at the journal, you notice that there is one page that did not get torn out. It seems to have been stuck to the cover. It seems at one point there was a drink, whether it was soda or coffee or something sticky, that made contact with the page and the front of the journal, and it seems to have stuck there. So there's one page stuck to the front of the journal. And if you would read that page for me, if you remember, I gave it to you, Avery.
I surely do.
If you would read that for me out loud for everybody to hear.
Diary entry of Tatiana Ivanova Marisova, October 27th, 1989. I can hardly believe it. I'm going to America. The thought alone feels like something out of a dream, yet here I am, kilometers above the earth, leaving behind the cold embrace of the motherland. I should be thinking only of my performance, the grand stage of every precise movement I must perfect. The Bolshoi will not tolerate anything less than excellence, but my mind drifts elsewhere, to the endless excitement of the West. What will it be like to walk through a supermarket with shelves full of chocolates and fresh fruit, where bananas are not some rare prize? To buy point shoes that I don't have to darn and redarn until they are a little more than thread clinging to wood. Even jeans, real American jeans. And books. How I long to wander through a bookstore without wondering which titles are missing, which stories are deemed unsuitable for Soviet eyes. To buy cassettes, Madonna, Michael Jackson, even though I don't have a cassette player yet. Could I sneak one back with me? I'm not foolish enough to believe that America is perfect. No place is, of course. But it is different. And for a little while, I will taste that difference. And then I will return. Of course, I will return. The Bolshoi is my home, my life, and my father. I will miss him most of all. I wish he could be here with me.
Saris, for whatever reason, has decided to keep this diary. Keep the Walkman that you gave her. And of course, you're still full of missing pieces, Vern. And as you read that to yourself or out loud, however you decided to read it, I need your remorse roll, please. 1 die. If you drop in humanity, you'll be at humanity 4. That's a success. You may remove all of your stains and keep your humanity. And the remorse that overwhelms you of the murders that you have committed, and perhaps compounded by what you feel responsible for with your child, brings tears, blood tears, to your eyes.
I think just sitting there, he'll just reach for a pen. Just on the next open page. All right. Ja, ispravlu это.
All right.
I'll shut the diary. Sit it down. I think for the first time in a very long time, Vern will not return to the Queen's Cellar tonight.
You'll sleep here.
She opens the closet and shuts the closet door and scrunches into the smallest corner of this place and dies.
All right. So, everyone dies. And we're going to move over to Marius, Lasher, and Junebug inside of Arthur's Haven. It's a new night. There's plenty of time to have fed. So, whoa, let me knock over my Lego. So, everyone, please restore your hunger to 1. And this, everyone can do this. Except for Vern. He's at hunger 0. And your willpower, either the dots in your composure or resolve, whichever's higher for you. Marius, Celeste has already left, or she's just left, rather. She's received a missive to go back to 200 Clarendon, to the Ivory Tower, and we'll find what that's all about next session. But the three of you, Junebug, Lasher, and yourself, are currently in Arthur's bedroom watching Junebug check Peggy's vitals and minister mundane medicine to her. And Marius, it's weird. She seems to be explaining exactly what she's doing to Lasher. And she's saying, yes, you see, and she lifts up Peggy's arm. She's like, you see these pustules, that's from the Black Plague, right? And see how much smaller they've gotten? I've done the healing for tonight, and you just need to give her, and she's counting out the medicine, and she's like, and make sure that she gets lots of fluids. I've already hooked up the IV. I was able to bring what I had from Secret Garden, and I've already hooked it up, and I have samples here. Please don't touch the samples. I want to make sure if, other rats have gotten to other people that I can make some sort of immunization or something. And she's saying all of this to Lasher as if she's not going to be here to take care of Peggy.
And you need Nurse Lasher. Why?
Because I'm going with you to the dead Verals.
Okay. Darling, dear, I see you, I hear you. I don't think that's a good idea.
Marius, I see you and I hear you. I don't think it's a very good idea for me and my resistance to the Baron to be negotiated without me there.
Okay, that is a very valid point.
Saris got taken.
I know.
She's my friend and my coterie mate. And if they had taken Arthur or Briony or Celeste or Vern, wouldn't you want to, and for you, wouldn't you want to do everything you could to get them back?
You're kind of overstating my relationship with them, but as a good person, I will say yes, I would do that for them.
Mari, there's no one here but us, and I know you put the mask up around them and everyone, and not to sound weird, but, me and Lasher have touched the deepest parts of you. We know that you're a good person on the inside.
Well, that's just the inside. Sorry. Look, we go through a lot already, and I will take any and all instances to protect you. And this one feels obvious. I mean, I don't want to argue about it, but I would prefer... Hell, I'll use a cell phone and we can put you on speaker, as long as you're not there.
Mari, I can't keep running from this problem. I've tried to ignore it. I've tried to do everything that I could to not deal with Baron, but now I'm getting ghouls of his that have been beaten up so severely that they almost die from their injuries. I need to face it head on. And if I have to, I'll call in that major boon from Arthur so that he will personally escort me to the dead Verals. He said he owed me one.
We don't want to waste a good boon from a decent Bruja, so...
Well, don't make me then.
Okay.
And besides, Arthur and Vern are, they're big, strong guys. They'll protect us, right?
I don't trust them.
Well, I need to face the music or whatever. It's time. And I'm tired of hiding and running, and I definitely don't want Saris to die for me. I will never forgive myself.
Lasher, talk to her.
Lasher, who himself is well over 6 feet tall, heading up to 7 feet tall. He's sort of scrunched a little bit over the bed. He doesn't like this. He doesn't the big open roofs of the penthouse that he has in the secret garden. He's like, Mari, I have done. I done talk. I do the talking thing with her. I do it all the time. You think that this just happens when you're around? This is all the time with Junie. When you're not around, this is always me telling Junie, no, don't go to the hospital. Don't go heal all of the cancer patients. You can't do that. It's a masquerading breach. But she doesn't listen to me. She doesn't listen to anyone, believe it or not. She thinks she's all sweet and cute and everything, but she's actually kind of hard-headed and stubborn.
And I think like they just kind of wrap an arm around them and just like shake them. What are you good for if you can't keep her the same pleasure?
The both of you know what I'm good for. I don't. We're not having this argument here, not in front of this very sick woman who has the bubonic plague, who I'm not allowed to draw.
Okay, that I feel like that can be that feels like payment. At least if you're gonna have them lord over her and take care of her, what's a still life while she's still alive? Come on, I can negotiate that for you.
Well, he's going to not be here. You're going to be at the Dead Ferals. I'm not going because I have to watch the bubonic plague patient. So, just very quick. Just very, very quick.
Plasticine, maybe.
Exactly.
I won't tell.
I definitely won't make a cast of her boils. I don't have the materials here.
Oh, yeah, that would be pushing it. I can't negotiate that one.
Well, Junie says there might be other sick people in the city, so...
I mean, maybe you can make pus paint. I've seen like someone just like dry the materials and then like do everything together. What color would you get with? Yes, there we go.
Yeah, and immediately he's off. He's sat down next to Peggy. He's got his feet up on the bed, and immediately he's writing down a bunch of ideas. He's done.
Okay. The artist fugue state. Incredible. Okay, well, that aside, hijinks. I guess we should get going.
Yes, we should.
I
Arthur
really
said,
hate this.
I know, but you're going to have to just deal with it.
Okay.
Arthur said to meet him over at the radio station. He's got to do his little news thing before we can go.
Great. Okay. All right.
She takes your hand and sort of pats it. It's going to be okay. No matter what, it's going to be okay.
Famous last words.
So we're going to move over to Brienne. Brienne, as I said, you can put yourself down to hunger 1. It's plenty of time to have fed and everything. Willpower restored. And you've arrived early. You've taken the Maverick that Cyrus gave you. You've arrived. You said you would head over to Arthur's. Vern never came home last night, so you can only assume that he is somewhere near the Dead Ferals and hasn't made everything so much worse. You can only assume. And the person who would know if Vern has made everything so much worse would be Arthur.
It's true.
So you park at his radio station and you head in. His producer Forrest lets you in. And we'll get right to you. You can sit and listen to his radio production here. You can hear it right there in the waiting room. And can we get a little sneak peek of what Brienne is wearing to the Anarch bar?
Why would you do this to me?
I'm excited. I've been thinking about it since last week.
Here's the thing. I think if anyone were to describe Brienne Perkins, even before she met her untimely demise with quotation marks, punk would not be the word to describe her. In fact, the word would
coming on though.
The word is prep. This is an Ivy League educated, fine, upstanding Black woman who grew up in the Northeast. However, she knows better than to stick out like an entirely sore thumb. So, black, head to toe black. It's a jumpsuit. It's actually really nice.
Okay.
Simple, sleek. The heels are probably a bit much. What with the red bottoms. And then, the black pea coat over top. Bold red lip.
I can't stress how much Edgar and Brienne would get along, but those are two different games. So you head into Arthur's radio station. So let's move over to Arthur. Arthur, 1 hunger, and your willpower restored. And
Yes.
if you'd like to begin the evening nears for us.
Wonderful. Bryony can hear Arthur start to speak up as the music fades out and he lights up a cigarette in the studio. Arthur is dressed, he's dressed the way he always dresses. He has not changed his appearance to go to this Anarch bar. He is known for a particular look and he's sticking to it. He clearly looks distracted as he is reading through the news, though. And the music fades out and he says, but he keeps the voice up even though the face is not showing it. Friends, we'll be getting back to the sounds of liberty shortly, but first a few announcements for our most dedicated of nighttime listeners. A message to the gangs of Boston. The Queen of the Queen's Cellar is your new local emissary. If you've got something to say, or there's word to hear, she's your direct line between the sides. Beyond that, it's a poor nude night, I'm afraid. We're very sorry to announce that the Secret Garden is currently closed until further notice. Those in need of a healing eye will need to set their sights elsewhere in the city for now. Speaking of elsewhere, the feral dog problem has extended into Quincy most recently. It is highly advised to move your activities closer to city center and steer clear of the pack. Some unknown entity is digging up Boston's history around town. If you see loose soil, make yourself scarce. An increased known illness has been reported among mortals of Boston. Be careful you don't spread it.
And Arthur, you think you're done with the news, but then you look over to your little inbox thing there, and you see that there looks like some wet, dried, and then wet again, dried paper sitting on top of something in the inbox.
You can see, Brian, you can see the cigarette in Arthur's hand scrunch between his fingers. You can tell by the puff of smoke that comes out of it as he clears his throat and holds up this damp paper.
And it says, "My rats have her scent now, in blood."
Crumbles it and puts his cigarette out in it.
And that's when you look at what was underneath it, or what the paper was on top of, and it is a dead rat.
And one last piece of news for you tonight, dear listeners. Beware of vermin in our city. Make sure your toilet seats are down. And if you know any folks with a gift for keeping out unwanted pests, call on them for your services. We're seeing a lot more of them around town nowadays. They're getting into places where they shouldn't, but if we stay strong together, we can stomp these rats out for good. We're going to bring you back to the music now. This one's from the locals. Here's The Shallows with Murder Your Darlings. And he hits the cue for the music and just sits back and lights up a brand new cigarette.
As soon as you do that, Fur says, "Ooh, Arthur? I don't know who the fuck put a dead fucking rat in here, but I'm calling the pest control immediately."
Leave it.
I don't want to be in here with a dead rat. Thank you very much.
One dead rat is a cue to the others. They shouldn't come here. Because there's nothing but death for them here.
Arthur, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not staying here while you go off with your friend, who's waiting for you in the waiting room, by the way, with a dead rat. I'm not doing it, okay? You don't pay me enough for that.
Fine, and I will take the dead rat up in my hand and hold it. Would you prefer if I took it with me?
You know
or would
what?
you like me to put it somewhere else in the studio?
You're-
And I'm just like gesturing with this rat at him through the window.
You're already fucking touching it? So yeah, please take it with you when you go. The fuck?
By all means, I'll take it with me.
What the fuck is going on in the city lately? And he heads into the bathroom.
I'll say very loudly, Bryony, are you out there?
Yes, dear.
You can come in if you want to. I have to pack a few things up.
There's the click, click, click of stiletto heels as Bryony enters. And oh my god!
Our Sabbat
Staring at-
friends asked me to, well, they wanted to relay a message. I decided to relay a different one on the air.
Marius and Junebug, you enter into the radio station right as you hear Bryony scream at the top of her lungs. Oh my god.
Are we okay? Did I miss something?
Just a love letter from our Sabbat friends.
Emissary.
could I have
Emissary. You're going to have to
Could I have that?
not do that.
Shut
Hi.
up.
Pardon me?
Could I have that?
Whatever for.
I don't have my chemistry set here. It's back at the secret garden, but I'm trying to make an antidote, a vaccine for the bubonic plague. There's one doesn't exist. Could I have that?
Oh, well then absolutely.
Great.
I'll hand
And
it
she
over
takes
to
it,
Junebug.
super happy. I'm just going to run this
You want
back up to
back
Lasher
that?
really quick, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh. I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this.
You're built of stronger stuff than you think, Bryony.
Oh, I disagree.
Points at Marius. Okay. What?
I hate to do this. I hate to
No,
be
you-
an awful person.
no, you
it,
don't.
it haunts me. I can't sleep
Stop
during the
li-
day.
Stop lying to
We
me.
should go now. I really don't want Junie at the fucking whatever. So
I
if we
was
can
gonna
leave now.
We can certainly try.
We can try. Is she going to follow us there on her own? If
Yeah,
we
I don't
leave
know.
without her?
And that'll put her in more danger.
Yes.
Okay.
At the
Fuck
very
me, okay.
least, with us, she has a retinue.
If she hadn't come with you in the first place, I would agree, but she's already made up her mind, which means she's going to follow you.
Yeah.
Trust me, I would very much prefer if she were back there working on a cure for the plague instead of walking into the lion's den, but here she is.
Well, maybe you can convince her because she won't listen to me and she won't listen to Lasher.
I can give it a go.
Perfect.
Arthur,
Yes.
I'm assuming you haven't heard anything about, I don't know, a feral dog attack in the direction of the Anarch territory?
No, the feral dog problem I was referring to were the werewolves.
Okay, good. At the very least, we know that he hasn't gone and tried to shred the Baron on his own.
Yes, it's a very fine-tuned coding. Feral dogs are werewolves, stray dogs are gangrels.
Oh, good. So no stray dog attacks then.
No stray dog attacks on my radar.
Perfect. Thank you. I would bet good money that he's just waiting there for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. He would want to be as close to her as he could possibly get.
You know what? Not the time.
Oh no, please, it's the three of us.
You
Why
brought it
not?
up now.
Exactly. Thank you.
And we do have to wait for Junebug to get back anyway, so you might as well.
What has Vern told you both about what things were like under the king?
I experienced it a little bit, though I was admittedly more on the outside of things. He wasn't particularly fond of me, most likely because my name is Arthur.
There can only be one.
Look,
But Vern mentioned a particular distaste for how things went.
I was just going to say it's not preschool, so I'm not taking history lessons from a dog.
Granny rolls her eyes. There was a voice when I was on my way home last night.
Have you heard him too?
I'm not the only one. Oh, thank God.
Oh, well, guess I feel a little better.
Ah, you as well. Wonderful. It's not just a limited scope. He's in all of our heads. I imagine he's in Vern's as well.
I don't know if he ever left.
Fair. It's so funny. When I first heard him, I thought it was something with that underground area that we were in, something blood magic-y, like a remaining memory. And then again, up on the surface, made me start to realize that no, he's probably buried out there somewhere, screaming at us.
Yeah. Especially since I called him rude and shoved him out of my head.
Did you?
I panicked.
That's impressive, honestly. He's very powerful.
Surely.
That takes a lot of effort.
So he's out there
Yes.
somewhere, biding his time, clearly.
And clearly, whoever is digging up his knights must be on their way to him.
I hope not.
So, Marius, you are going to, without Vern here, which is delicious, you are going to tell Brienne and Arthur that you, using your blood sorcery at the Red Salon, you saw Vern hand-delivering a staked Quentin King to your sire, to Hilda McAndrews, to Beryl Underwood, Brienne's sire, Prince Iverson, and Richard Dunham. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You did hear in that vision, or see in that vision rather, of Vern distraught and begging for the Nosferatu primogen, who's dead now, Jara Jory, to take the memories away from him, which she promised to do.
So it's not all his fault. They need a scapegoat, escape dog, I guess, if we're gonna keep the joke going.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you two, but I don't particularly like the idea of, I don't know, an ancient, furious, vengeful Malkavian knocking at everybody's heads.
I'm not fond of it myself.
No,
Me
as I
neither.
said, it's rude. But, well, we can't do a whole lot about that right now.
Right you are. What can we do things about?
We can talk to the Baron,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully get Saris released. Figure out if he knows anything more about his sister and where she might have stashed dear old Dick. And to be frank, getting Richard Dunham seems like a much more actionable item than, I don't know, preparing to take on the ancient vengeful form of Quentin King. So I'd really just like to focus on that for now, if we're all in agreement there.
Absolutely. Though, I've been wondering. I've had multiple news stories about how Baron Thane is on a war path, and Baron Thane is causing all sorts of upset, and he has every reason to, given how the Camarilla treated the Anarchs after all that they did, but it seems...
Oh, yeah.
It seems escalated now, don't you think? Amped up. And this is me entirely spitballing here, but if there is an antagonizing voice in your head, and your head, and my head, how many other heads do you think it might be in?
Yeah. That does not make me feel better either.
It's at this point, as you say that, Brandy, that all of you hear the sound of revving motorcycles outside of the radio
Fuck
station.
Me. Oh, did they come to get us?
You look out the window, Marius, just because Junebug hasn't come back, and she's sort of halfway between the bridge. She's almost at the radio station, and they've sort of circled her. They don't seem to be threatening her in any way. Arthur, do you look out the window?
Yes.
You see one of the bikers is Saul.
Oh, shall we go collect our girl then?
Please.
Let's
Yes.
go.
I have to talk with one of those as well. And I will, just hit the playlist on the radio.
Yeah. Forrest is here to take care of that for you as well.
And we'll head out.
You head out.
It's that time of the night anyway.
You head out, and they don't seem aggressive in any kind of a way. In fact, Junebug seems happy to see Saul. Now, Saul is a woman. She's in her 60s. She's a biker. She's got white hair up in sort of a bun. And Junebug is sort of holding on to Saul's hand, and Saul seems very empathetic towards Junebug. And when she sees the three of you arrive, she says, Arthur, hi. Hi, everybody.
Saul, it's so good to see you again.
It's nice to see a fellow clanmate, and she sort of holds her arm out. She's got her patch on and everything.
I'll take the hand.
It's gritty and dirty. She's got two other people with her, which, Arthur, you would know them as Yong Sung, who is a Toreador, and Rafa, who's a Nosferatu. He's wearing a hockey mask, a Boston Bruins hockey mask.
Nice. So did the Baron send you all as an escort?
No. We're sort of on our way out with the Baron.
I see. I was told that you had to talk to me about something.
Yeah.
Is that it?
But then Sarah showed up, and we realized that shit had really hit the fan, so we were just gonna come and corral you and get you anyway.
Gotcha.
So I'm sure you know, Randall, the Baron, Viola, his right hand, me and Rafa and Yong Sung, we're the coterie, the Dead Ferals, right? We own the bar together and
yes.
everything. Well, he's lost his goddamn mind.
We were just talking about that.
So consider us the only Dead Ferals left. We had Joey too, but Joey's gone. We don't know what happened to him. He's disappeared. We think Thane might have killed him, but the ministry guy that we had who owns the automotive place, he's totally gone. Hi, I'm Saul. As soon as you put your hand up, hi, I'm Saul.
I was going to say, has Brina actually met these people?
No,
Not
but
yet, sorry.
but Arthur and Marius did meet Joey. Joey has switched to the Camarilla. You met him at Celeste's coming out.
Yeah. With the hand up, I'll step to the side and go, oh, where are my manners? Bryony, this is your new emissary, Saul.
That's a bad title to have, sweetheart.
Yeah, no, I am perfectly aware. Hello.
Hi. MM had it before you, and MM and I were real good friends until she fucking betrayed us. I feel like it maybe wasn't her fault because the Ivory Tower are a bunch of cunts, and she looks over at Arthur. But we're still pretty pissed at her.
I have vague memories of what happened.
She came up into the Dead Feral, and she said that we were all going to fight together as a unit, and we were all going to march on the black site in Long Island. She said we were supposed to go in first, and then the Camarilla would come in and flank them, except that the flanking part never happened, and we were just cannon fodder while she and Galeb and Laisha snuck in and blew the place up. They only sent 3. We lost dozens.
Yeah, that about covers it.
But
And Brini doesn't look happy about the fact. It's not a point of pride. It's not a point of gloating. Honestly, she's irritated.
But we're not here to hash up the past, at least not tonight. But you definitely have to do something about Randall, because we're the only 3 who are resisting him, and we can't resist him too much longer, and we might just have to flee the fucking city at this point. And we really don't want to, but if you guys can't do something about it, then we're gonna have to.
I'd hate to lose you in the city as some of the most, the more sane common folk here.
So would I. If I have to go back to Providence, I'm gonna be pissed.
We can't have that. Well, we are on our way to meet the Baron, of course, as you already know. I can see about making some calls externally as well if it comes down to it.
Well, speaking of external calls, Randall really wants to talk to you, Arthur, because he's got a bee in his bonnet about getting someone very close to you here in the city. I don't know why. He won't tell anyone why. It seems like a really bad idea. And 2,
I could guess why.
really? I can't. But things could go really bad. If you want to take Randall down the fastest way, challenge him. Don't know if you want to or if you can. I doubt you'll be able to talk him down, but hey, Arthur, you're the best talker I know, which is why I was going to wrangle you, and I was going to tie you to my hog and take you there myself if I had to.
I'm going to be honest, and I'll look back at Bryony and Marius. It had crossed my mind as an option if it came down to it, but I'd really hate to lose where I am in the current state of things.
And that would just... here's the thing. I'm under no delusions about the reason why I was given this title. I'm pretty sure that it's a death sentence. So, if we could potentially not expedite that, I'd appreciate it.
If I challenged him and won, I would de facto become the Baron.
Oh.
It's not really what I was aiming for.
I mean, you don't have to become the Baron. You can give it to someone else. You know, just saying,
I was going
if there's
to say,
anyone
yes.
else here who maybe would want
Miss
it.
Sue is right
Well,
here.
Well,
possibly.
Saul, do you have aspirations for leadership?
Not really, but I also don't have aspirations of fucking dying.
Fair
I
enough.
feel like that's a good
This is,
hierarchy needs there.
to be clear, this is not a forgiveness of the Ivory Tower, but this is definitely starting to make recompense, because Randall is willing to throw all of us at 200 Clarendon until we all splat or blow it up.
We don't want that.
No.
That's why he wants to call your special friend, because he thinks that he'll join the cause, which I don't think he will,
That's-
personally.
Oh, I don't
know
think
the
he
man.
will, but yes, no.
All right. Arthur,
Yes.
if it comes down to it,
If it comes down to it, I will step up. I would hate for either of you to have to put your necks on the line for something that is, quite frankly, attached to me and mine like this.
Well, Arthur, and this is no begrudging against you. I mean, you're the talker of our clan, you know. You rely on different skills than the rest of us. You don't have anybody that you can go grab who's got maybe some firepower behind him?
Oh, we do. I'm hoping that he'll be nearby.
He's an Anarch.
Not exactly.
Well, either way, we should get you there. Preferably before the execution starts.
Preferably.
Unless you'd rather hang on and wait for the execution to be over, if you don't want to see it.
Absolutely not.
If we waited for the execution to be over, the person I had in mind would be not a factor in this anymore. He would just challenge Randall outright. Not even challenge, he would just destroy Randall outright. Or try.
I mean...
No. No. No.
Let's not.
All right. Yeah, you want to take your car or you want to ride on the bikes with us?
I've got my bike. Do you two have your
Brienne has the Maverick that Saris gave her.
Yeah, Brainy clicks.
if you two want to take
perfect.
Junebug, I'll ride him. I'll grab my bike. I walk halfway back across the bridge and pull my Yamaha R1 out of the studio.
Marius, are you in the car or you want to ride on the back of a bike?
No, I'm in the car.
Junebug very desperately wants to ride on the back of the bike.
Well,
I leave that to Marius.
That's not my decision because she's her own kindred, okay?
Okay.
So she grabs onto the back of you, Arthur. Gets on your bike.
I was going to say, to the back of my bike or Saul's bike?
No, your bike.
Okay.
Your bike. She knows the Anarchs, but not intimately. Not really.
Fair.
All right, so you head off to the Dead Ferals.
Yes. On the way, I am almost entirely certain that we got Vern's number, or I got Vern's number at some point in gameplay.
Yes, Brienne has Vern's number. Marius has Vern's number. I don't remember if Arthur does, but I'll say so. Sure.
Okay. I just was because I was gonna say if I did, I was going to text Vern.
Sure.
We don't know where he is.
Sure. And
on the way to the meet.
Sure. And as you do that, let's get your remorse roll, Zach, since I got a little off track with the robot problem.
Yes. I've only got the one, and that's 3 successes.
Okay. So you remove your stains.
Yes.
And of course, there's no question that you feel remorse about what's happened to Peggy. So there's no real question there.
Yeah.
What do you text?
Sitting on the bike behind me, it reminds me.
Yeah. What do you text to Vern?
On the way to the meet, have an escort.
Vern,
Be ready to fight.
Vern, where have you been this whole time? You hear that your coterie is coming. Arthur tells you to be ready to fight. Where have you been waiting?
Vern has been sitting on the hood of a car in the parking lot of the Dead Ferals, chain smoking cigarettes for the last few hours.
Okay. So that is the scene that all of you come upon as you arrive at the Dead Ferals. If you'd like to have any conversation with Vern before you head in. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a very quick question?
Yes, sir.
I do have the check the trunk merit. Is there any chance that I have a little stash of shit somewhere nearby here?
In Saris's apartment, she had, as I said, she had piles of things that she categorized into piles. One of those was weapons.
Sure. I think with that, before Vern left, he would have taken 2 heavy chains and wrapped them around his shoulders under his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And would have got a set of spiked knuckle dusters.
Okay.
And is just wearing them, smoking a cigarette out of this
Then
car.
that is the scene that all of you come across as you get there. Is anything you'd like to say to Vern before you go inside?
Vern, you look dashing.
Thanks. Everybody good? You ready?
As ready as we can be.
You told me not to go until you got here, and now you're here. Vern will push himself up and start walking towards the door.
Okay.
Now the intent is to not immediately go in swinging, but just be ready to.
Please.
What's the fucking line? That's the secret. I'm always angry.
Oh, I get you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Brainy straightens her coat, squares her shoulders, and
Rafa, underneath his mask, sort of humps. He goes, Didn't tell me the Camarilla dog is in your coterie. That's not gonna look too good.
We have secrets in our back pocket.
Hope he can fight.
He's the best one of it.
We'll find out. All right. So if no conversation can be had, we're going to go into the dead ferals. It's fine, guys. All right. At first glance, the dead feral looks like it's just another rundown biker bar. Its exterior is weathered brick with a rusted out red neon sign that flickers weakly. Sleek motorcycles line the curb and their chrome glitters under the sickly glow of the streetlights. The air that you smell before you enter in carries the brackish scent of the harbor, mingled with gasoline, old leather, and the unmistakable smell of blood. And as you step inside, the atmosphere shifts like a blade sliding in between your ribs. The walls are blackened wood covered in faded band posters, outlaw patches, and the occasional splatter of something that was never cleaned properly. The ceiling is low and heavy with cigarette smoke and the murmur of voices. Music rumbles low from unseen speakers, old blues, outlaw country, something with a slow beat but a heavy bass. There's a long bar with a permanently stained counter along one side, and the bottles hold more than liquor. There are deep red decanters with no labels. But the real sight that meets you all is the open-air atrium at the heart. A wrought iron gate twisted into the shape of skeletal wings marks the entrance. And beyond it, under the night sky, lies a pit of cracked stone and crumbling brick. Neon red lanterns hang above it, casting everything in a hellish glow. And Vern and Arthur, you see many kindred here. Many more anarchs than there were merely a year ago. Lounging on iron benches, waiting, watching, hungering. And all of you see a raised dais formed and welded from old bleachers and other scrap metal. Atop sits a man on an iron throne with an iron crown to match, all of it looking very amateur and archaic. To his left is a woman who looks sort of like the way Brienne looks on an average night. She looks nothing at all like she belongs here. She's wearing a pantsuit. She has very straight black hair. And you see above, of course the man in the crown is Baron Thane. You see above is Yash. His head's still attached to his torso, but his arms and legs have been removed, and he's been strung up above Baron Thane. In addition to that, the man that you killed in the parking lot, Vern, has also been strung up and is on display in front of Baron Thane with the words you scratched into it. And Yash, you can almost hear him murmuring above the sound of the music and the people. He is still conscious.
You still want to talk to these fucking people?
We have to.
I don't have to.
Bryony, would you like me to introduce you, or do you want to step up?
Time like the present.
This looks like a fucking kindergartner's version of fucking Quentin's Court. This is fucking sick.
Oh shit. And Brienne will march decidedly forward. She keeps her eyes ahead. She keeps her back ramrod straight.
Do you at any point look at the woman standing next to him, the one who's dressed like she's about to go to an executive meeting?
I'll do a glance.
Okay, wits and politics. Everyone may make me this roll. Fortunately, this one is not a wits and streetwise, but a wits and politics.
2.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Vern.
3.
Mm-hmm. 3 is the magic number. That is the number I need. Because don't know how invested everyone was with Iverson, but Brienne would be the most invested in things Iverson does.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Vin? 2. All right, Brienne, you're the only one who recognizes this person. This is Viola Anderson, not Iverson. And you're surprised to see her. You had met her when she was still human. She was someone who worked not for Iverson, but let's call it against Iverson. She has a similar equity firm. Her family, the Andersons and the Iversons, have long been rivals in the business, in the finance world, let's call it. And you had heard a rumor that Iverson sired one of the Andersons and then abandoned them. And here she stands. However that makes you feel, however you'd like, if you'd like to leverage that in any possible way, that's up to you.
Laura is overwhelmed. Laura doesn't do politics. Why I decided to play politic on this, I will never fucking know.
Avery's like, sweet, let's just start swinging.
I should have been the goddamn gangrel. Fuck.
As you walk up, Junebug walks. You get this present. Junebug pushes away from you, Marius, lets go of your hand, and walks right next to Brienne.
I mean, that's a good place to be. They're falling behind her. The emissary in equal stance. And
So you are making an approach to the Baron as well, because Junebug is.
yeah, I guess.
Vern and Arthur, where are you?
I'm on Bryony's right.
Okay. And what about you, Vern?
Vern is looking for Ceres.
You can make me wits and awareness. As you approach, Viola speaks up first, and she says, "Well, I can see two of you who are welcome here at the Dead Ferals, but can't speak for the rest of you. Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing here?"
You'll have to be more specific as to who you're talking to.
Mr. Zebulon and Junebug are, of course, welcome at the Dead Ferals. The other two, who are you?
Oh, you didn't listen to my radio show.
It's been a busy night.
announced-
Mr. Zebulon, it's been a busy night,
Yes.
and we've been planning some festivities for this evening. As you see, there's one more space next to
Oh.
Yash.
I do. But you see, if you had listened, you would have heard the announcement that you have a new emissary from the Camarilla.
The crowd
That's true.
that sits around Baron Thane begins laughing uproariously, banging their legs, banging their feet down onto the cement.
I'll just look to Bryony.
Good evening, is all Bryony says directly to Viola.
Emissary, what's going on? You have another war you'd like us to fight for you?
Decidedly not. And believe me, that is not how I would have handled things.
Vern, what was your role?
Cripples 1-5.
She's not in this room.
Okay. Then he'll side back up to just behind Brienne on her left.
Then what are you here for, emissary?
It seems a discussion is long overdue.
Well, you've brought us Junebug, so that's a good first step.
I'll look down to Junebug. Wait, how tall is Junebug?
It's very short. She's like 5 feet on
Okay.
a good day.
Okay, so yes, actually look down to Junebug. How's Junebug doing?
She looks scared but resolved. And she speaks up and she says, "I'm not here to give myself up to the Baron, Viola, but I am here to find out what it is that you want from me and to negotiate the release of my coterie mate." And her voice is very shaky. She's trying to be strong, but it's
I'm gonna put
Not
my hand on
working.
her shoulder.
Viola steps back, and Baron Thane, who's sitting on his iron throne with his iron crown, one leg over one of the arms. "Say what it is that you have to say, emissary. We have our final execution for the night to get to. We're all very excited for it."
I am not in the habit of treating people like pieces on a chessboard. Junebug is here because Junebug wanted to come.
Junebug is an anarch, and she's in my domain. If I tell her to come, she should come. If she does not, then punishment is awaiting her.
I thought freedom was the hallmark here.
Yes, well, you saw where that got us. Oh, I'm sorry. No. MM saw where that got us. Sorry, new emissary. We need to be a little bit more cohesed.
You should just let me drag these fucking punks already.
Quiet. You'll get your turn.
He diverges his attention from you over to Junebug. Junie, I am not without mercy. I am not without understanding. I know you don't want to heal Kindred. Fine. I don't need that from you. I need from you what I need from everyone in my domain. I need you to make me childer. Teach them how to do it. And then you can go do whatever it is that you want to do in the city of Boston. Junebug vehemently shakes her head and looks at you, Brittany. I won't do that. I won't kill for him.
Is that what you need? Someone to teach how to make Kindred?
I need Junebug to teach them how to heal Kindred. That's what she's good for. As you can see, I have many new members of my domain. And as you look around, Brittany, there's too many here. There's too many anarchs here. You are surrounded. And Vern, you would know, Ceres said that she made a child. Doesn't seem like something Ceres would do. She's gone this long without making a child. But you think maybe she might have made one because the Baron told her to. So, are you staying for the execution? Arthur, I need to talk to you. You and me need to talk alone.
Oh, no, I think we can talk here. But as far as the execution, no, I don't know if you heard. Junebug is here specifically to negotiate for the release of her coterie mate.
That's perfectly fine. Someone take her out. Or if you want, I can get 3 people. I don't know if she wants specific qualifications in the people. I'll come back with 3 people. She embraces them. She's off the hook. How's that sound?
You haven't heard her proposal. You're dictating.
Junebug.
I'll look down.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll look down to Junie, and I'm gonna tell her quietly. This is your show. What do you got?
I can teach other kindred how to use the abilities that I use. There doesn't need to be any more death, and there doesn't. If they choose then to heal kindred, that's on their conscience. I won't do it. And you can see Thane getting angry, scrunching at the metal.
But that is something that you can pass on. That is something that you can offer up, yes?
Just the way any kindred it can. I mean, is it better maybe if they're my clan? Yes. But I can teach anyone how to do this if they have the right aptitude.
You can get what you need without it having to be Junebug. Why does it have to be Junebug?
It has to be Junebug, because she's defying me, he says loudly, and echoes through the room.
Just have me as coach. This is fucking stupid.
No, wait your turn.
Yes, Marius.
I have an idea that's a little bit stupid.
Sure.
If possible. Of course. While the discussion is getting heated and Marius isn't particularly talking or contributing to the back and forth, could I very so quietly draw blood and pour it onto the floor to cast Eyes of the Past?
Sure.
I have a theory, a game theory.
You're dripping blood in a room full of vampires.
It's just a little
There's
bit.
also a bunch of blood already.
Yeah,
there is.
Yeah.
There is people hanging right now.
All right. So make me a rouse check.
All right. Success.
Success. And intelligence and blood sorcery.
All right.
I'm curious of what it is that you think you want to see. Because it's just going to be this specific area.
Yeah, I know. Maybe it didn't happen here. Maybe it didn't happen at all. But if I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark, which could be stupid as fuck, but I love it.
Listen, it is better to try and,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck it.
That sounds like a reroll, actually. Give me a second.
That sounds like a reroll.
I have 3 successes. What I'm trying to see, if it happened, I apologize. Did Baron Thane try to diablerize Quentin King and fail the diablery?
You don't see. So you go back in your mind. You rewind the area. You see last night. You see Sarah's being dragged in by the hair. You see them put something strange over her face. It's a knot in a rope with a piece of wood behind it, and they start twisting it as they're pulling her away to destroy her eye. You see Yash also get brought in. It's a medieval thing, guys. You see Yash get brought in. You see him get held down by motorcycles, not one around his neck, but one around his arms, and they pull him. They pull his limbs off. You see just lots of rants and raves and lots of speeches by the Baron about how they're going to take back the city and that the city belongs to him and that he's going to, cause such a ruckus that Theo Bell is going to show up. That he's trying to get Theo Bell to show up to help him take back the city. That's what you hear in the 1 year that you go back since you dripped one. You don't see anything about Quentin King or hear anything about Quentin King.
Okay, just that the torches have been like very medieval things.
Drawing, quartering, you nod over the eye, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Storyteller, what I want to know, the kindred that are gathered, the court that this motherfucker is holding.
Playing into the theme, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are they actually into this? Like, is this the vibe? Is this what they fucking want? The fuck? Like, come on now.
They
They're
seem
anarchs.
extremely young. It seems like that the Baron has made himself a whole bunch of people that don't know anything else and don't know any better. Seems like it's indoctrination.
Arthur is holding on to the thing that Saul said in the back of his head and just waiting for the right moment to drop that shoe, but wants the group to actually do their thing first.
Okay.
Junebug pipes up and she's upset. She's beginning to cry blood tears, which is so dangerous for a Salubri. So Marius, if you want to make any attempt to cover those tears of hers, well, you're busy. You're busy.
Actually, no, I'll do it.
Well, here's the thing. You don't know enough about Salubri. I need to know if you know. Intelligence and occult.
Oh, okay.
You other three. Marius knows. But I need intelligence and occult from everybody else because Salubri are still with V5 are rare.
You know what?
So rare they only recently got archetypes.
One.
Nope. Come on, Laura.
I know enough that she heals people. That's about it.
I eated the dice. Hold on.
The panic made me eat the dice.
It literally bounced out of the tray.
I needed them.
3. That's the one I needed. Nope. The other 2. You have heard enough about Salubri. Beryl had a fascination with the rarer blood types that you would never find in the Camarilla. So you know that Salubri blood can cause vampires to go into frenzy. So you see her starting to cry, and you immediately, do you have a tissue? Do you have something that you would use to...
I always carry a handkerchief. What are you talking about?
Of course.
Am I a heathen?
Yeah, of course. Maybe one, sorry.
Am I
right here, yeah.
Yeah.
A red one?
Just yes, immediately. And I'll give her shoulder a good squeeze. Please, for the love of God, keep it together. You're doing great, kid. It'll be fine. It'll be great. Oh, I'm going to do something dumb.
Which is?
This is the dumb session.
Would you like
go.
Junebug to say what she's going to say? Or would you like to do the dumb
Yes.
thing? Okay.
No, I'm going to let Junebug say what she needs to say, and then I'm going to try something, and it's probably going to be
She looks very
fucking
upset,
slim
but she says, I will embrace one if you agree to let Saris go.
Junie.
And Baron Thane sort of leans forward and he says, "You embrace me one. One? For the betrayer of our kind? I don't think so. 3.
You're being very dictatorial, Baron.
Am I?"
Yes.
Because he's a bitch.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows who you are, Tesaurus. I don't think he would. Let's find out.
Laura, I'm not going to talk over your part, by the way. The thing that you want to do, please do
Yeah,
do
the
it.
stupid thing that you want.
You know what, Zach? I think we might be able to tag team this one.
He does.
Okay.
Five successes. He doesn't know who you are. And he says, "Wow, did you come to save your precious Boothang?"
No, I came here to bash your fucking fangs out, you fucking prick, you goddamn scumbag. Fuck you. I am more
Yes.
anarch on my worst day than you have ever fucking been, and I killed your sister.
I can't get around it. Brienne, whatever it is you want to do it now. Because he's going to do
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. That was the most Boston thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You know what, Arthur? You're right. I would expect this from someone on my end of the aisle. Lording over your fellow kindred from a throne, of all things, with a crown on your head.
It's
I'll look to
true.
Arthur.
It's true. This is really not the behavior of a baron. Is it?
Zach, could you very quickly look for me of what the counter roll is to Spark of Rage to resist it?
Yes, I will, because I was actually about to do something. I was about to use the same thing.
And as Brienne and Arthur are speaking,
It's composure intelligence.
Composure, intelligence, Vern.
I want to be sort of addressing the Baron, but also I want to make sure that all of these babies hear me. That all of these babies understand that there is a better way to do this.
And that's actually why I was also looking at Spark of Rage, because with Bryony and Arthur saying that, I was trying to get the crowd behind us.
Yeah.
May I
And
roast
I'm
blood
gonna get
Yes.
Junie behind me. Y'all,
Yes.
y'all have fun.
Yeah. I would probably be pushing Junie back towards Marius.
What did you roll, Vern?
Crit +4 for 8.
Okay, that beats him. He rolled 7. So you feel this presence come over you, like that makes you want to just lash out at the nearest people to you, which includes Brienne, Marius, Junebug, and Arthur. However, you do not do that. You can resist. And he looks extremely frustrated.
And with my words of, that's not behavior of a baron, I am pushing Spark of Rage to the crowd.
Okay.
And I rolled 3 10s and a 6.
Okay, well, I didn't even make a roll. All right. So the crowd, now, the way Spark of Rage works is they're just going to start attacking each other. They're not necessarily going to go at the Baron. They're not close. They're not so super close to the Baron that they're going to start attacking him.
So the wording for Spark of Rage that I was going for is inciting a person or a crowd to violence, but it's I'm mainly doing it to incite anger, not trying to incite frenzy. I'm trying to incite anger.
So you're going to incite violence. You're going to incite
Okay.
violence, and they're going to start attacking each other. So Baron has now seen that this has happened, and he's
I will
going.
yell at this point of,
But you can
can't even
drop
keep
it
your
any
own
time,
cord
yeah.
together, and I will drop it right then.
Okay. Because I usually go do something else. Ed Junebug is hiding behind you, Marius.
And what exactly did did the would-be king want to ask me for?
Well, I thought that you could call your main man to come down here and take, he's so busy fighting everyone's battles, but I thought if he showed up here with my army, he would see that we're the real deal and he'll hardstat this place up. You know what I mean?
So you can't... You have to rule your barony like a Camarilla prince. You can't even keep them in line. And you want to call in somebody bigger to do the work for you.
Everyone, what's an insight, please? Nothing.
3.
Laura, your face. Vin better gift that face.
Sorry. Freaking out.
That was the blowing raspberries as assist face I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I hate it here, actually.
No, I love it. This is great. It's good stuff.
I keep dropping dice. I'm so nervous.
Same. I just threw 2 dice on the floor.
Oh,
You know what?
Oh
Fuck
my
it. I'm
gosh.
4 dice.
You know what? I'm gonna rouse the blood because this seems important.
Poor Vern rolled 0.
That's a success. Fuck off.
I got 3.
7 with the crit. That's
Damn.
8. 7 with the crit.
Bruh.
Bro.
I'm good at that.
Marius is like doing secret shit in the background and like not engaging, and it's amazing.
Jesus. Okay, with the extra dice from the blood buff, that's 5 successes.
Okay, so Brittany and Marius, here's what you see. When Arthur is trying to, command the attention of the room and get something to the Baron, Vern is just seeing red. Cannot. But you two are a little bit more calm and a little bit closer to the politics side of things. He's nervous. He's behind his eyes. He seems like he's not even sure of his own motivations, and he's going to start spiraling into just doubling down on whatever it is that he's doing. Look, if you think that you can roll up into my place, Mr. Zebulon, and you bring me the person I want, but they don't want to do what I want, and you want to play both sides of the aisle, and you bring the Camarilla dog in here to threaten me, then why don't the two of you take me and Viola on? Let's make it a real showdown.
I'll look to Bryony and Marius. Does that sound good to you?
I'm talking about you and the dog.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking to my emissary right now, if you
But
don't
first, the execution.
mind. No, not first, the execution. First this.
Well,
First this, because if we win, there's not going to be an execution, is there?
that's a good point, Mr. Zebulon. But let's get some motivation out here. And he whistles really loud, and the back doors of the atrium sort of open up, and 5 motorcycles come in, and you see Saris is strung in between them. Maria, she still has that rope knot on her eye, and you can see where it's bled out, where they popped her eye out. She's by the neck and her extremities attached to all these motorcycles, and they sort of line up into like a star. He says, we win, or, if I'm just feeling frisky, I say the word gone.
If you don't feel like playing fair on your own challenge, I can guarantee you, Daddy's never going to have a favor with you.
We'll see about that.
I would like to blink
Where?
directly in front of them.
Okay. So you're starting the challenge off in by not waiting to get to where they want to have the challenge. You're gonna start right now.
Yep.
Fuck 'em.
It's like
Fuck them.
Okay.
challenge not issued.
Okay.
Challenge
You're
issued.
gonna blink right up to him and make me a rouse check.
I will go up to 1 hunger.
Since we're doing it that way, Zach, what do you want to do?
I'm rousing for fleetness, and I'm gonna assume that I can just like feel Vern tensing, so I'm gonna hit Dread Gaze on Viola. to not
Okay.
intervene.
What is the counter roll for Dread Gaze?
Dread Gaze, counter roll. I need to pull that one up. We did this the other
Composure
day.
and something else.
Yeah, it's something like that. It is
Is it composure and intelligence?
composure and resolve. Makes
Okay.
sense. All right, so let me
That's
rouse.
her. That's a
I-
great fucking
Yes,
dice
let,
roll for her.
let me rouse the blood for just for this, and I'm not going to do for fleetness. Okay. I get one hungrier, but I'm going to do charisma, presence, and the rouse bonus.
So you're gonna fight right here on the dais. I need to know, Brienne, Marius, or Junebug, are you gonna try and go free Saris while this is happening?
No. It's a perfect distraction. Fuck it.
Because if one of you is going to, Junebug's gonna help. I just need to know if anyone was gonna, because she wouldn't do it by herself because she's not
I
strong.
made a goddamn promise.
Okay.
And Brienne is nothing without her fucking word.
Okay. So I need to keep. I need my little note. I need my little note to keep track of all the things that are happening.
Listen,
Avery.
she's been hanging out with Vern for too long.
Avery,
Clear.
when you used blink, what is it that you wanted to do?
Vern will get low and wrap his arms around the back of Thane's thighs, and I'm gonna lift him up and I'm gonna break his fucking back on his own throne.
He's okay. So then make me a strength and brawl.
Rousing for potent.
go, buddy.
All right, T for Thane. What was your roll, Zach?
I'm going to post it in the Discord so everybody can see it, and then I'm going to say what it is.
He has.
Oh, sweet Christ.
He has rapid reflexes, and he has blink himself.
So my Dread Gaze is a 10 critical.
2. Yeah, he has. Oh my god. Because he has rapid reflexes. Yeah, this isn't going to be very good for anybody. We're not likely to get out without a fight. Yay! I love your notes, Laura. Yep, okay. She's going to have to make a frenzy check.
Yep, it's a terror frenzy check, and as
Yep,
I
yep,
swell up, I stare at her from up the ground and just say, "Run, rabbit."
Sorry, I got so many dice I got to deal with. You have to bear with me. You have to bear with me. 7. I cut all this out. That's what we're here for. 7 dice. 7. 7. She rolled a crit plus 4, so she's not going to Terror Frenzy. Vern, what did you roll?
With a total of 2 crits mixed in, 15 successes.
Well, that beats his 9 with rapid reflexes. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's gonna. Oh, yeah. He has fortitude as well, though. Oh, goodness. Everything's going bad. Brienne, what are you doing?
I'm using the chaos to get to Saris.
Okay. So, Marius, are you going with her?
I mean, 2 out of 3 overruled, I guess.
All right, so 3 of you race off to Saris. Saris is in torpor. You can see that which Vern should have maybe guessed at, that there was no communication of the Kindred Sire between them. And yes, she's tried it with chains, which are a little harder to break. However, you could spend a round looking for bolt cutters. You might think there's some around here because this place is basically a junkyard turned into a bar.
That's what I was thinking. So
So-
if there are bolt cutters.
Everyone roll wits and awareness. I will roll Junie's wits and awareness, which is actually the best dice pool she has.
Well, Vern and I are fighting, so we
Yep. For her, she'll help you out with 4 successes if you don't find any. 4.
Also, well, how big are these chains? Are we talking like heavy duty bullshit?
Yes.
Damn it.
Because you're pulling apart a Kindred who's generally stronger.
Yeah, I just figured.
Sturdier, if you will.
Sturdier.
You're gay, Avery. We get it. 4. Yeah. So all of you. So you find bolt cutters, and Marius, you find a blowtorch.
Let's go.
So
I guess.
So while we'll go back to the fighting, if Briony and Marius will make me composure and craft rolls, or dexterity and craft, whichever's higher for you. See if you can do this correctly, perform this correctly.
Thank God.
We will get back to that. All right. So she doesn't terror frenzy, but now it's her turn to do something to you.
She can't. She cannot do anything except for
She can
unless she
spend
wants
a
to
point
spend
of willpower. Yep, which she will.
equal to the user's margin of win. So what does she roll against me?
8.
Okay, so she has to spend 2 willpower.
That's fine.
in order
She'll
to
do that.
something against me.
And you
All
may
right.
make me a composure and intelligence roll, since you're right in front of
Alrighty.
her face.
I was on the I was down below, but yeah, I'll do
Yep,
it still.
you just have to be looking at her to have done what you did.
Yes.
5, 8. She'll show us the blood. Yep. Gets hungrier. Vern.
Are you kidding me?
Baron Thane gets to do something to you as well. And that you've hurt him in this way. Oops, I'm on Viola. I was like, Baron Thane doesn't have to clear the field.
in this
Hang on.
way first.
I'm like, Baron Thane doesn't have to clear the field. Hang on a second. He is... yeah. He is going to soaring leap on up out of here. Because he doesn't want to die. So I'm going to need a grapple check from you. Okay?
Strength brawl potence.
Have you activated prowess?
Yeah, I did that to
Then yes.
do the first bit.
I'm gonna post my result again because it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I got 7
keep that in
critical
the
on that.
episode.
Sorry.
Yes, I saw. All right, so Vern, what did you roll for?
10 successes, 1 crit.
God damn it. All right, so Viola rolled 10 successes to use demontation on you.
Okay.
Because she has dots and obfuscate. Whoa! I lost her page. Hang on. Can't do this. Dominate and obfuscate. She used demontation on you. In order to... Now, with that, you're going to start feeling a little bit crazy. A little bit like quitting gig in your head, making you a little bit crazy. I'm going to need a check on your dread gaze. See if you can hold on to it for me.
Okay. So just redo the roll again?
Redo the roll.
Okay.
With 11 successes, Baron Thane breaks away from your grasp and leaps, with 4 dots and potence, leaps out of the atrium, open air atrium here, and leaves. Would you like to follow him?
Fuck it, yeah, I'll soaring leap after him. He
All right.
ain't getting away that easy.
All right, you may do so. Wits and awareness to make sure you can keep up with him. What did you roll?
I got 8 critical.
You got 8 critical. That keeps the dread gaze up, but you are not able to attack at the moment. You sort of put each other into a stalemate here.
Okay. I do have something
But-
I can do then. in this
Well,
instance.
you gotta wait. So Brainy and Marius, what were your rolls to break these chains?
2.
All right, so you've got 2 of them out, but now you have to work on the back 2. Make me 2 more. Get me at least 5 successes between the 2 of you. I'll have Junebug help if you don't. Zach, what was the other thing that you wanted to do?
With us locked in place, staring at each other.
Correct.
I assume that was a big enough motion of leaping out of here with Vern following him. I'm going to just very loudly to the group just say, he opens up a challenge to his position and runs at the first sign of violence. I say that Baron Thane is no Baron to you.
Make me a charisma and leadership roll, please.
Absolutely.
Vern, wits and awareness, what did you roll? 5 successes
that
is
was
enough to... He is jumping from rooftop to rooftop down the south end.
Can I feasibly catch up to him.
You have celerity. You have blink.
I do.
So strength, if you want to like tackle him, strength and athletics plus your dots and celerity.
Got him.
My Vedtru and my Tremere. What did you roll? Got 5 successes for me? 3, 2, 5, exactly. So you break off the last of the 2 chains. You got the first 3 off, break off the last 2. What are you going to do with Cyrus while this is going on? You can see chaos is erupting. People are screaming, they're yelling. You hear Arthur yelling that Baron Thane is gone. You look up, Baron Thane's not there. Vern's not there either. Viola and Arthur are just staring at each other.
What? You know what? I'm going to give Junie the keys to the Maverick.
To take Cyrus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're going to stay here.
I'm fucking emissary. What kind of emissary am I if I run at the first sign of trouble?
What about you, Marius?
Brian is the emissary, and I'm not, so I'm going with them.
So you're going with Junie?
To the car.
Okay, to the car with Cyrus. You're helping Junie carry Cyrus. What did you roll, Zach?
I rolled a 6 critical and then spent willpower for an 8 critical.
Brianna, as you hear Arthur giving the speech about Baron Thane leaving, would you like to add to it for the 10 successes I need for the Anarchs to turn against Baron Thane? Charisma and leadership.
I was just about to ask.
Sort of be his hype man.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and rouse the blood for 2 more dice.
For the record, Laura, if you've already roused the blood for this scene, in my games, you rouse the blood once, you get to add the extra die for the rest of the scene. I don't know if I've ever said that. Yeah, no, that's a me thing.
Yeah.
That's something I took from V20 that I liked.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but how I do it is if you rouse, for example, for your physical attributes, then you get to apply that for the rest of the scene. If you rouse for your mental attributes, same thing. Blah, blah, like that.
Got it. Okay.
So you make 3 rouse checks before you do anything, and you go like, that's 1 for each of my attributes. I'll go, okay.
Okay.
I just lost count of my dice.
I just realized I'm so used to playing with Avery. I just realized I probably never fucking mentioned that.
You said charisma leadership?
Uh-huh.
Let's tag team this.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to break Thane's back, essentially. So he's running bent over.
Oh, I'm gonna break his back. That's for sure.
Goddamn right.
Boy. Come here, boy.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
I just need 2 successes to hype up the hype man.
Well, that's 5 successes.
Perfect.
So
We're going overboard.
You know what? Overkill is the best.
Yes.
I don't believe in chill. Have you met me? So as I shove the keys to Junie and tell her to get the fuck out of here, I'm going to march back, like full on fucking Naomi Campbell stomping to stand up behind the throne, and say simply, "You are anarchs. Do you want a mad king at your helm?"
The crowd around you starts screaming no, chanting that we are anarchs, we are the revolution, we are freedom. And Saul, Rafa, and Yong Sung are also joining in on that.
Can I advance up the dais with the with Viola? I still like locked in this. Is she relenting at all with any of this going on?
Let's find out. Yep, I think she sees with Thane having abandoned her and with the crowd turning, she does drop her demontation on you.
All right, and I will drop Dread Gaze on her and walk up next to Bryony. Thank you. And
Let me get to Vern's
know
roll.
what?
Let me get to Vern's roll.
yes, yes.
Chasing after Thane. What was your roll?
7.
7 successes.
Yeah.
With 10 more successes to get away from you, because he also has blink, you do not catch him. He disappears, plunges into the harbor.
I think from our interaction at Raccoon Island the other night, I think Vern would have a general idea what is going on. And Vern will just stop and nod. I'd go out on my own terms too if I could. It's the thing your sires always forget to tell you is about the cold water. You dumb fuck. This fucking guy, this fucking scumbag. Vern will get down on the fire escape and start walking back.
You can start soaring leap back to get there a little faster.
This fucking scumbag.
Back inside, the Anarchs are now sort of in a free fall where they don't know who's going to be their leader now. You hear them, you know, asking Viola if she's going to lead them. Yeah, asking you if you're going to lead them. Asking Briony if she's switching sides, if she's Anarch now, switching sides from Camarilla.
I step up, and God, I was gonna hold on to this for as long as possible to see how long it would take for everybody to learn about this. But I step up to the group and I say, I, Arthur Zebulon, child of Theo Bell, declare Saul your new Baron.
Of course, invoking the name of Theo Bell maybe doesn't get the reaction that you hope because, as I mentioned, these Kindred are so young. But the ones who aren't, and even Yash, who's still conscious, hanging up above the throne without his arms or legs, even he looks impressed or amazed that you would invoke the name of Theo Bell. And with that, the crowd starts cheering Saul's name. Rafa and Yongsu are also cheering her name. And Saul comes up to you and sort of claps you on the shoulder. And she says, I'm on it, Arthur, really. I hope I can turn these fucking ragtag kids around. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them all.
Well, we have a bit of a Sabbat problem in the city.
Oh, we do.
You want me to send the licks after the Sabbat? I guess I can do that. But,
To start.
we kind of have a bad history with cannon fodder, as we discussed, Miss Emissary.
Oh, I'm not asking you to be cannon fodder in the slightest. I'm just letting you know that if they come for us, they will come for you as well.
I think I might call up some of my people in Providence, see if they can take some, because we really can't support this many in the South End. I think that might start causing people to look.
Yes. Saul.
Miss Emissary.
Could you please just call me Bryony?
While I'm the Baron and I'm in public, I will call you Miss Emissary, but if we want to talk privately, I'd be happy to.
Fair enough. I would like to apologize for the actions of my predecessor. When it comes to a threat like the SI, we cannot just throw each other under the bus. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter who goes in first. We are all blanks to them.
It's very well said, Miss Emissary. You remind me of MM. She and I have been friends for a long time. And I don't believe she meant to do it. I don't believe it was her choice. I think you and I, if I take you for as intelligent as you seem to be, you and I both know whose it was.
Yes. Well, we've learned a lot this night.
I saw you with the blowtorch and like bolt cutters. Ceres can't come back here. I'm sorry. She's been found wheeling and dealing on both sides of the aisle. It's a bad look. And I can't explain that one away. So, and I know her clan. She's caitiff. She's not going to be welcome in the Ivory Tower. She doesn't have friends in high places like Arthur here. So,
she's a friend of mine.
Well, that's up to you if you want to stick your neck out for her like that. But I don't think she'd be too happy to be in the ivory tower either, so she's a persona non grata, or however you say it. You might want to tell her to leave town, or, I don't know, take a long walk on the beach right before sunset, you know what I mean? Or sunrise, rather.
If... First, we have to get her out of torpor. But...
Well, you got her sire there, apparently, so that shouldn't be too difficult.
Yes. It'll be a discussion. I think... It seems like Saris might need time. I don't know what's going on there, but it's...
Oh, Miss Emissary, time is all that we have. What I'm trying to convey here, and I'm trying to be as clear as possible. I'm still getting used to this. Trying to be as clear as possible is she is not welcome among the Anarchs of Boston. I can't speak for the Ivory Tower if they would take her in or not. But as far as she is concerned, she has no protection here in the city anymore.
I will relay your missive, Baron.
It's not personal. Just business. That's something you Ventru say, right?
Yes. But Saul, I sincerely hope that we can mend the bonds in this city. We've all lost too much, and I understand the tower's part in it. And I may be young, but maybe that's a boon.
You know, maybe it is. Maybe some of these youngins will turn out to be good Anarchs or good for the cause. You know, we're never going to get along, Miss Emissary. We're never going to, sit down and sign a peace treaty. Not again. It's not going to happen again. We're in the War of Ages now, you know what I mean? But we're not looking to do open war after what happened. None of us want it. At least none of us with any sense in our heads. But there really won't be peace between us, tenable peace, lasting peace between us until the people who are responsible for getting all of us killed are gone, and I don't think that's something you can take on right now. But hey, if you wanna, you are welcome to come back for us to talk about a war plan.
I have pressing business
Of course.
of my own to handle, but I would very much like to keep this line of communication open.
Yeah. This is where I'll be after I take down that fucking ugly-ass wing monstrosity he put up here.
Yikes. And Bryony will offer her hand to shake.
She'll take it. Strong, sturdy. Looks like she could be your grandmother.
And Bryony's not strong. Literally, if you want actual like stats, she's got a dot in strength. Mm-hmm. But she understands how things work in the corporate world, and a good handshake is everything.
Mm-hmm. Switching over to Vern, Marius, and Junebug, you're loading Saris into the flatbed of the Maverick, and you and Junebug both hear a thump noise as Vern lands down by the car.
Hey, Junie.
Hey, she's in torpor.
You okay?
I'm really fine, she grabs onto Marius, because I don't have to make any childer. I was really close there for a second. I was gonna do it. I would do it for Saris. Marius, I was gonna do it for Saris. I swear. I wasn't just saying stuff.
I can tell. Like it's all over your face. I can see you apt and ready for murder. Just like got up pinch your cheek.
This is awful.
If an old dog's advice means anything to you, don't do it.
I'm not planning on it. The bloodline dies with me. Oh, sorry, that's a bad joke.
It's funny. And he'll open Saris's mouth and he'll bite his wrist.
Do attempt to heal her.
Yeah.
Make me 3 rouse checks, please.
Two successes, 1 failure.
hunger does that put you at, Vern?
2.
2 hunger. Do you remove, before you do that, do you remove the knot around her eye? Or maybe has Marius or Brienne removed the knot around her eye?
I think Brienne
Yeah,
would
I think
have.
so.
You both would have made the attempt.
Yeah.
So a wooden stick behind it, so to twist and twist and twist.
Ugh.
It's horrible torture. Yep. Medieval times, baby.
I think Vern, if that implement is still around, Vern is gonna put it in his pocket.
Yeah, I could say it was like laying on her chest or something like that. She opens her eyes. And of course one of them is totally obliterated. It's going to take time for that to heal. She's very weak. Her damage trackers would be mechanicals, completely full. But she looks up at you and
Discos привет, дитя.
she smiles and sort of just reaches up to you as you talk.
You alright?
Did the princess get me out?
In a matter of speaking, yeah.
And Arthur and Brienne, you can exit now at this time as Ceres is moving around.
I'm talking muted. Yes, I'll offer my arm to Brian as we exit.
And Bryony will put her hand in the crook of your elbow, shaking a little. Just a little. Oh boy, that was a lot. Thank you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay.
You're a natural at this.
Thank you.
Is the Baron dead?
I think he's taking a long winter's nap in the bay. Wasn't exactly in corpus mentis, you know.
Who's Baron now?
I put Saul in charge.
That's good. I'll go pay my respects as soon as I can walk again, but I can't
Ceres.
feel my legs.
Ceres.
Yeah.
I'm afraid Saul has rescinded your protection with the Anarchs.
Yep, that sounds about right.
How tight's the gig you got with Ezra?
I'm useless to Ezra now, Dadushka. Sorry.
You could stay with me till we figure something out.
That doesn't work.
It does work.
No.
It works if you work it.
I'll just stay here. And she starts
What?
crawling out of the flatbed onto the ground.
Oh,
Paris,
just don't
would
be
you
so
get-
fucking
No,
dramatic.
no.
Stop it. Please get in the damn truck. Get in the damn truck.
Added disappointment. I'm so disappointed. Oh, we're done.
The ivory tower isn't gonna take me. The Anarchs don't want me. I'm not Hikata. I am totally alone now.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Your name is
I know.
on the secret garden. If something happens to you, what's gonna happen to Junie and Lasher?
I'll sign it over to them. They're not my coterie anymore. I'm not an Anarch.
Everybody's got secrets. Look, I've been the lowest fucking guy on the totem pole for 80 years. I mean, fuck. No offense, friends. Look at who they got me fucking running around with now. I'm older than any of these fuckers' great grandparents. We bounce back, babe. That's what we fucking do. They try and put us on the bottom, and then they get their fucking hands bit.
Ceres, can I at least ask that you wait and rest up a little before we make any rash decisions. I did technically save your life. Unlife.
Oh yeah, sure. Just let's draw out the inevitable to a lengthy, uncomfortable end. That's my favorite. And don't mind him if in 6 months he doesn't know who the fuck I am.
We'll make sure he doesn't forget.
I've heard that before.
Tebe pora vorastia na rodinu.
She reaches up and tries to hit you right in the family jewels.
Okay, all right. So there's no going home then. Heard. I stayed in your place last night. I hope you don't mind.
I'm too injured. I don't care who takes me. You know what? Actually, forget it. I don't care. I don't
To
care.
the Queen's Cellar. Let's go. Let's
No,
go.
you know what? I will take resignment. I will take that. I will accept it.
I would have totally hit you if I wasn't so fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
Next time.
But you are, and here we are.
Vern, okay, we get it. We can all. Are we all done though? Can we call it a night, please?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Please.
I was just getting started.
Well, now
course
you're
you are.
done.
Fuck.
Can we go? We are headed back to the Queen's Cellar now.
Yes. Yes. Bryony, you'll have to do all the sweet talking at the dinner. I'm spent, personally speaking.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so much fun. Hopefully, if I'm nice enough, they'll tell us where the fuck Dick
Oh
is.
yeah, I can't kill myself before the family dinner. I have
No,
to be
you
there
have
for
to-
that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. See, exactly.
While we're still like adjacent to the subject, did the topic of their numbers come up in there, or
What the anarchs?
yeah?
God damn it! I'm picking up the accent.
That's gonna be a
Fuck.
problem.
Sol has people in Providence. We're gonna see if we can shuffle some of them out.
Okay, they need to do it quiet.
Mhm.
I mean, if Iverson gets any kind of whisper of how big they actually were, it's gonna be a call for a culling. It's gonna get bad.
Arthur, dear,
Yes.
could you possibly just let Sol know that probably needs to be priority one, so we don't actually have war on our hands now that we just narrowly avoided it?
Most certainly.
Thank you.
Arthur, if you want to put in a good word for me, you can tell Cyrus that I can get 50 or more people shipped within the next 36 hours.
Is this Saris telling me to tell Saul this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
I'll put
I can do more in 48.
I'll put in a good word. Mending fences is certainly a good way back in.
And your Kate, if they have to take you eventually.
No, they don't.
And well, since I took my bike here, I will actually walk back inside to tell Saul this stuff while the group, if they want to head out, can.
So you go back, you relay that information to Saul. Saul says that she will consider it. Brittany, actually, everyone's got to climb into the Maverick.
Everybody but me, yeah. I took my bike.
Everybody but Arthur.
Cyrus is totally fine laying on the flatbed. She just lays a tarp over me.
Poor thing.
Maria says you're driving with Junebug, and Junebug has her head on your shoulder as you're driving back to Arthur's place. You hear a voice press into your mind. It says, "Were you looking for me, my little Merlin?"
I had theories.
Theories are good. Correct theories are better.
Thanks for the tip, my lord.
Ah, my lord. Yes. You should get used to saying it.
Nothing.
I would be ecstatic if you came and found me, Merlin. find me. And that is where we're going to end episode 4, Carry My Soul, for this evening. Thank you, everyone.